be a lady tonight. Luck to be a lady tonight.
So you grew up in the Chicago area,
Oh, boy.
and wasn't that the big thing around St. Patty's Day?
Yes,
that turned
you know
the river
what?
green, right?
I spent many years just, especially adults, they'd spend a week at least getting prepared for this big event where they could dye their beer.
Dye their beer.
Yeah.
They can say dye their beard.
Yeah, no, dye their beer, actually. And it
Oh.
was really something else because they did, to your point, dye the Chicago River green. Which didn't help much in the way of pollution that it already has. But it's really kind of a fun tradition, big parades, horses going down the street, bring the kids down, everybody's, painted. They've got the green hats, the shamrocks.
It's like everyone's Irish on that day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I thought we'd talk about some things you could
I
do
don't know
to
why
get
we
ready
wouldn't.
for St. Patrick's Day. It's kind of fun and festive, and of course you think about the wearing of the green thing. But it's not just that, it's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Oh, there's always one, isn't there?
There better be. So there's some fun things you can do to create in terms of decor that's going to look like not only, green cupcakes and green carnations, which of course is just using food coloring. I mean, you know how they do that with the carnations, right?
Oh, yeah. They put the dye in the water and then you just put the carnation in
and it goes through the
Sucks
stem.
right up through, yeah.
So you could do that on your own. Save yourself a few bucks to just get some white carnations.
And dye them yourself.
Dye them yourself.
I love
with
that
some
look,
green
actually.
food
It's kind
coloring.
of great.
It is very fun.
Yeah.
But there's different things you can do in terms of just kind of getting ready for the holidays. So let's kind of get you ready. I mean, something very simple you might be thinking of in terms of just, getting your house ready for St. Patty's Day.
Well, first, I think you want to introduce some terminology into your crafting, like
okay.
blarney.
Oh, okay.
and
Shamrocks.
Sharon Bigora.
Oh, that's good,
All
yeah.
these things that you know once a year.
Perfect.
That's all I got.
Luck
by
of the
way.
draw.
Yeah.
Or wait. But, the four-leaf clover is another symbol of St. Patty's Day. And so you could do something as simple.
Have you ever found one?
I've never found one. I've never found one. I think I bought a framed one, but I don't think it's a real one.
They probably pasted one on
Yeah,
there.
but you could basically get a couple little white frames, and then you could put, some shamrocks inside there, or you could get some stationery and make it look like, draw some shamrocks, or find some gift cards and put that in there. Have like a nice little display of 2 or 3 little frames with some Irish-looking green themed items.
That's kind of cute. You know what my kids did last year? They did rainbow cookies. So they took
Fun.
different colored dough, like, they did a blue, a green, a yellow, and a red dough.
Back to the gold at the rainbow
They
thing.
made the snake with their hands, and then they kind of
cute.
put it out, layered it in a crescent shape to look like a rainbow. I thought it was really cute.
Very clever.
Yeah.
One of my favorite flowers is something called, it really is, I guess you'd call it a flower. It's part of kind of like the hydrangea family. It's called Bells of Ireland. And you've seen it out and about. I think you probably have seen it at some of these specialty grocery stores. But it's that neon apple green. And it's like these long stems with little teeny tiny blooms go all the way up and down each side of the stem, and it makes a really pretty St. Patty's Day display. Because basically you have a vase, and now you're doing nothing but these bright green bells, coral bells, right? And you add with that maybe some green carnations that you've made by putting in the food
Putting right in the
coloring.
water with the food
So the
coloring.
Bells of Ireland with this, and maybe even some other kind of white flowers. Very pretty, very simple, just green and white.
Love it. Now, if you have a red velvet cupcake recipe, guess what?
Oh,
You just crank some green food coloring in that batter, and then it becomes instantly a green velvet cupcake, or it looks
and lucky.
And it looks, not only does it look like it's for St. Patty's Day, but it also looks like it might make you a little sick.
Oh, yikes.
It's just kind of, I don't know, there's something about green cake, but it's kind of cute.
But you can also do something that's very easy by just going to your local nursery or even the big box store. You can grow shamrocks. They sell shamrocks there. They may not be 4-leaf clovers, but they're cute little shamrocks, cute as all get out. And some of them have a kind of a burgundy look to them. And so you could get a couple different kinds.
Oh, very
cute.
And
the lime green one looks more like a kind of a mossy ground cover, and then this other type of a shamrock has a burgundy look to it. And you could just get a couple of little containers and of different heights. Cute.
Very nice. Hey, you know what I love?
What's that?
Shamrock eggs. You know how you do it? You cut
shamrock eggs.
Yeah. You take a green pepper and you cut it straight down and create
a pepper, a bell pepper.
A bell pepper. cut a little 1-inch strip straight down, right? So it's when you pick it up, it looks like an onion ring. It's still completely intact.
Okay.
And then you shape that. You cut it and shape it up into the shape of a shamrock.
Cute.
And then you crack an egg in the frying pan inside of that.
Oh.
It becomes the form in the shape of the clover.
Of the bell pepper. Oh my gosh! So it kind of looks like a shamrock
and then you get
itself.
your shamrock egg.
And who doesn't love bell peppers with eggs?
Eric Stromer does.
And a little bacon, maybe.
Heck yeah!
I knew you were going to go there.
See?
Very, very
yeah,
cute.
Isn't that nice?
See, so really, all these ideas are things that you could probably do with your own stuff around the house.
Yeah.
Why not make a St. Patty's Day arrangement that's as easy as combining some of those green carnations and even regular white carnations, and you just get a plate out, and then you display all the carnations flat so it's making the shape of a clover.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't that clever?
Yeah. That's really cute.
Yeah.
You know what else is really, if you want to get into the sort of mischief side of things, like a crazy little leprechaun came and used your restroom.
Okay.
You take the green food coloring or green paint and you make little, you know how you can make footprints by using the butt end of your hand in paint, and you put that down onto the surface.
Okay.
And then take your finger and make 5 toes on top of that. So you do that 2 times on either side of the toilet seat, and then you put the food coloring in the water. And then it looks like a little leprechaun jumped up on the toilet and went to the restroom.
No, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's it. Look, kids, come here. Look, someone was here.
See,
it was a leprechaun.
There really are leprechauns.
They relieve themselves at our home.
But then what you should do to top it off is to get a cute little tin bucket.
Yes.
And get some gold foil
At least he
covered
paid.
chocolates.
At least he paid.
And there's your pot of gold.
There you go.
See,
See?
he paid. He paid to use the facilities.
I like it.
You little rascal.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
right.
Making those people think that the
That's
leprechaun
right. There
really
it
did
is.
come. All these ideas, by the way, we're going to put these on the website. Are you someone to really be into like homemade corned beef and vegetables?
Oh boy, my mom does that
Yeah?
every St. Patty's Day.
Does
she
she?
does the corned beef and cabbage.
How does she do it?
She just puts that corned beef in a crock pot, I think, with a little stock, and then cooks it for 1,000,000 years, and then does I think introduces the cabbage right at the end, so it just barely cooks, and then
Is it very kind of casual introduction, like, hi, I'd like you to meet the cabbage?
just
Here you go.
Here you go.
Here you go, corned beef.
Nice to see you.
Here you
yeah,
go.
and
you're in.
then guess what?
What's that?
Bountiful luxury ensues.
Yum.
Yeah, I love that corned beef and cabbage.
A tradition
I don't
from
know why
our...
I don't make it more than
You
once
should.
a year.
Another tradition, by the way, that's going to not only add to your home decor because it's going to make the place look like it's St. Patty's Day, but it's something that you're going to want to eat, is Irish soda bread.
Oh, I don't know about that, no.
You ever done this? This is a huge tradition, and it's very, very simple to make. And the whole idea is you're going to be using, use a little bit of soda in there, and it helps to make it rise.
Ooh.
And the idea is you put some raisins and dates in there, and it's not sweet. You know what I mean? It's very plain, almost like a raisin bread would be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's a huge St. Patty's Day tradition, and we'll put the recipe up on the website for you. But Irish soda bread,
Ooh,
soda
that
bread, you got to
sounds
do
great.
that. Yeah, it's a huge, huge thing.
Okay, good. You know what else you got to do?
What's that?
Green pancakes.
I don't know if that sounds very good.
You have to do it. It's so
Okay.
cute. They look
Tell
great.
me.
Well, it's just pancake batter with food coloring.
Okay.
And then it's like, hey, look, the leprechaun got in here and made pancakes, kids. It's the same thing. You can, this goes till about 7, and then they're like, whatever, Dad, just give us the pancakes.
Do you do this every year?
I've done it, I did it 2 years ago.
You did.
And then my son outed me.
Oh. Well, anyway, so these are some fun ideas. I mean, the idea is to use a little bit of the green, use the gold, the pot of gold.
Yeah.
And why not, in terms of making it feel like a pot of gold, you could also get some pebbles and spray paint them gold and put those.
Like nuggets, gold nuggets. Great.
You can get at the arts and crafts store like the Michaels and so forth.
Sure.
Some of that spray paint looks like 24 karat gold.
Oh, that's
And then
kinda good.
you can even buy some of the pebbles from there, and then put those pebbles. You could either kind of make a trail of the pebbles of the gold, or put that like in a basket or a bucket somewhere with a nice little.
And they actually sell green beer. Every year
Really?
they'll bring it out. A couple of different brands do the green beer, and it's kind of fun. It's beer. It's green.
Anything green works for you.
It all works.
Well, speaking of green, when we come
Especially
back,
after 3 or 4 of those
then
green
it's
beers.
even better.
It's like, wow, this is a great holiday. I love it here.
well, we're going to talk about some ways to make your home green, not as in the color, but as in energy efficiency and just environmentally, more PC. There's some really, because a lot of times I think when you consider this, you go, gosh, it's going to feel like a chore.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
You're
or
right.
it's going to be expensive.
Right.
But we found some really easy ways to greenify your home. One thing is the easiest is to just kind of downsize your stuff. You wouldn't think that that's being green, but it's you're consuming less.
Yes, that's right. You
Like
you get rid of stuff, then
and then buy less.
and buy less because it's cleared out already. I think it's a really good incentive.
Yep. But we have more ideas because that's what we love to do as we improve your home and improve your life. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, you're listening to Home Wizards.
Having to spend each day the color of the leaves.